Hello, Nyojong, welcome. Wherever you are, I hope you guys are doing well. Today, I would like to talk about the phrase one Bitcoin equals one Bitcoin. Ilu Bitcoin equal Ilu Bitcoin. If you hang out in Bitcoin space long enough, you will hear many people say one Bitcoin equals one Bitcoin. I've heard it many times too, and it just sounds cool, but when I sat down and thought about it, I really didn't know what it means. So today I'm going to try my best to explain it the best way I understand it after giving it some more thought. So here we go. When you hear that one Bitcoin equals one Bitcoin, that means that Bitcoin doesn't have a price anymore. Just like $1 equals $1, right? You can't sell me $1 for $1. That just doesn't make sense. So when you hear one Bitcoin equals one Bitcoin, that means that Bitcoin has reached its ultimate destination, which is money as a unit of account. Let me say that again. That's the important part. When you hear that Bitcoin actually equals one Bitcoin, that means that Bitcoin has reached its ultimate destination, which is money as a unit of account. What does that mean? That means that everything is priced in Bitcoin. When you think in terms of Bitcoins and not in terms of dollars. This will probably happen when Bitcoin becomes the world reserve currency like the dollar is right now. When will this happen? No one really knows. Is it possible? No one really knows. That's why the future is so interesting to think about, because no one really knows. So today, you may hear that one Bitcoin is selling for 60,000, or you may hear that one Bitcoin is selling for 21,000. That means that today, one Bitcoin does not equal one Bitcoin yet, because it is still priced in dollars. When you can no longer trade Bitcoins for dollars or trade Bitcoins for any currency, then it is one Bitcoin equals one Bitcoin. So let me try to explain this in Hmong a little bit. You must Ilu Bitcoin to Ilu Bitcoin equals Ilu Bitcoin thì rong thì $1 equal $1 nó có mua dollar chỉ tao có mua $1 chỉ tao cũng mua $1 chỉ tao có từ có mua Ilu Bitcoin chỉ tao nhiều là na chỉ thằng tới chỉ Ilu Bitcoin mà equal Ilu Bitcoin rong giờ lấy tiền tên hôn nó na có nó cho tiền Bitcoin is worth đôi chục pa là có nó cho tiền Bitcoin is worth năng của pa. That means that one Bitcoin does not equal one Bitcoin yet, because you can still có chỗ nhiều bảo tàu Bitcoin á thì that does, that means that one Bitcoin doesn't equal one Bitcoin. Đầu tư có một cái chỗ nhiều bảo trì tàu Bitcoin là thằng đó thì Ilu Bitcoin mà equal Ilu Bitcoin. Anyways, I hope that helps. Thanks for stopping by. Feel free to comment. And like I said, everything I say here is just my opinion. It's not financial advice.